Hello, my name is the Daminator of the RET podcast. I am joined by series regular Ocean.
Hello, what's up?
And we have a special guest, a non-series regular. We have Mr. TravPlays. How are you doing?
I am doing pretty good.
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, Trav is the owner of a YouTube channel and Twitch series called Realm About Fantasy, was it?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. You run that with your wife, if I'm not mistaken.
She's an occasional guest.
Right.
She doesn't have the time to be in like every video, but yeah.
Right. I assumed you sort of ran it together just because you both got your nice pixel art. So
yeah. No, she's we do like a segment on our channel together called TravPlays, and we just play games together, and it's a good time.
Oh well, that sounds fun. Oh, I have a police car running past my house.
Oh,
you can hear that in the podcast.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with the Kingdom Hearts series. You've done some videos with Ocean before on your own channel.
yeah.
I've never heard of Kingdom Hearts. I've never made
No.
any content, and I don't know anything about it. Go on.
That's well. Seeing as
I'm definitely not a huge Kingdom Hearts fan.
Seeing as you don't know anything about the Kingdom Hearts series, can you tell us how you got introduced into Kingdom Hearts?
I remember internet wasn't much of a thing back in the day, so I saw commercials on TV, and it just kind of piqued my interest. It was sort of it kind of tickled this sort of flair, this anime flair inside me. Before I was even really in, I mean, I had, there was Dragon Ball and things like that, but I wasn't into Disney at the time.
Right.
Because like when I was like younger, it wasn't cool to like Disney. But just seeing like Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, and then like this spiky anime boy with his sword doing cool things, especially like when like the commercials for Kingdom Hearts 2, it's like the reaction commands, and it just looked so cool. So eventually, just hanging out with my cousin, we went to Blockbuster. And we rented a copy of Kingdom Hearts 2, and I thought it was Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, right, okay.
And I started playing it, and I think I quickly realized, oh, this is the sequel, and this spiky blonde-haired boy, this must be the main character from the first game, but older.
Oh, you mean
eventually
Roxas?
Yeah.
Okay. I think a lot of people got confused by Roxas, who, even if they played Chain of Memories, it's like, who's this Roxas kid?
Yeah. But I knew the game was something special when I fought Twilight Thorn.
Right.
No other, I don't remember any game, because, it's got this sort of scripted scene where you just do cool shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had never played a game like that before.
Where you're strung up in the air and you have to do reaction commands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Yo Dizzle. Yo Dizzle says hi.
Ah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I probably should have said something. So, Trav's actually streaming on Twitch right this moment, so this podcast is actually live right now.
Thank you, Yo Dizzle, for the follow. Yeah.
First time for everything.
We're streaming to a whole 7 viewers.
Oh my god, we're going mainstream.
I mean, it's more viewers than I ever got on Twitch, so there's a reason I gave up.
Yeah. Since then, Kingdom Hearts has just captured my imagination and my love for JRPGs. And rekindled my love of Disney.
It sort of scratched that sort of itch for people who liked RPGs but didn't like the turn-based of Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
because it kind of felt a little bit turn-based. We having to go through the menus and things like that. But
yeah,
it never felt fully like
that element.
It's my turn. It's their turn. It's my turn. That can turn a lot of people off.
I was fine with that just because I had played a lot of Pokemon at that point, and I had no issue with turn-based, but I know a lot of people did.
Right. Yeah. No, so you started with Kingdom Hearts 2, did you?
Yep.
I'm assuming you went back to the first game at some point.
I eventually got my hands on Kingdom Hearts 1.
Right. Okay. That's that's good. Are we talking before the remixes came out?
Yeah. Yo Dizzle. Apparently he says, "Oh, the retranslated crew is here too. Y'all just talking about Kingdom Hearts experiences?" True. Yeah. I guess Yo Dizzle is familiar with you guys.
Yo Dizzle is one of our editors.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
There you go.
She does a lot of editing for us.
Cool.
Yeah, no, Yo Dizzle, we're actually recording one of our podcasts on Trav's Twitch. Sort of doing that. It's good that we can do this because we can take live questions from people.
Yeah. Oh, oops. I'm sorry. I can be quiet.
You don't have to.
That's what Yo Dizzle said. Yeah, just stick around. Maybe we'll ask you some questions or something.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Trav, I did the very common thing a lot of fans did, and I skipped Rechain of Memories before going to 2.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty much everyone did that.
Yeah.
I don't think I think 90% of people probably skipped it because you're like, oh, this is just a side game. Like,
I have a funny story about Rechain of Memories, if you don't mind me telling.
Oh yeah.
I remember it was like Christmas or December. It was very close to Christmas, and I was just sitting at my grandma's computer watching YouTube videos. And as you do, like I just watch Kingdom Hearts videos from time to time. And I click on a video of Sora and Larxene in a cutscene, and I click it, thinking they were going to be speaking Japanese, and they're speaking English. And I'm like, What is happening right now? And then I Google it, and I'm like, what? Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories came out like a week ago. I had no idea that the English version of this game came out. And I'm like, Mom, we got to go to the store right now. And we drove to Walmart in a blizzard.
Oh my god.
And I got Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and we drove back, and I remember it was dark, the blizzard, there were cars everywhere, and our car would just occasionally drift off the road. And we got back, and man, it was just... I felt... I guess the feeling now is nostalgia, but back then, I was like, oh, this feels like Christmas.
I imagine.
Oh my god! Thank you for the 1,000 bits, Lone Wolf. That's so nice. Thank you so much.
Hey, let's go.
Marcus is here.
Fuck
Marcus is our Riku voice actor.
Your mom is the best for doing that for you. Thank you so much.
I imagine that one of the biggest feelings for you getting Chain of Memories was probably also fear of drifting off the road.
I thought it was fun.
It's just a fun roller coaster on the way to get a game.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember sitting in the room with the PS2, popping in Chain of Memories for the first time with the blizzard right outside my window.
Right.
And I'm like, this is a cozy, nice feeling. New Kingdom Hearts game. Christmas time. Just a good memory, good feeling.
The game kept you warm inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, so when I played the series, like, only Kingdom Hearts 1 had come out, and my friend, like, he'd heard about Chain of Memories coming out on the Game Boy Advance, and for about a week straight he tried to convince me that Ansem was Riku's dad. I'm like, I played the first game, you know? Like, it's gonna be revealed that Ansem is Riku's dad in the next game, and you're like, what? Then I completely forgot about Chain of Memories, went straight out to Kingdom Hearts 2, got confused, and then, now I'm here. So, taking the whole series into account, what would you say your favourite one in the series is?
Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind.
Specifically the DLC?
Well, the Kingdom Hearts 3 plus the DLC as a whole.
Okay.
You know, just like, I wouldn't say, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix and only count the Final Mix portions. I count Kingdom Hearts 2 plus Final Mix. Like, together as a distinct package.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
wow.
I guess we're
Yo Dizzle
playing-
says, "Wow, fast answer." Yeah, no hesitation. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind is the best in the series
Yeah.
in my personal.
Yeah,
I guess
those-
it's always stuck in my head that like Remind and Kingdom Hearts 3 are two separate things, just sort of like a DLC sort of pack. It doesn't really occur to me that it's it's essentially a final mix version. Because
I was gonna say
It's basically its final mix, yeah.
yeah,
And I count it as like a separate thing, and yeah.
I don't blame you, dude. Those new songs with those new data bosses are awesome.
they are
Yeah.
amazing.
And like they didn't really add like I was hoping for new cutscenes interspliced throughout the game, but they did make subtle changes to some cutscenes at the
Yeah.
end. Like I remember I posted this on Reddit and it got a bunch of upvotes. I took a screenshot of the sky because at the end of the game after Kairi dies, the sky is like black, but after Remind came out, the sky matched the cover of the game and it was this beautiful blue,
Yeah.
orange. Yeah, they changed that.
They updated the skybox for the final world.
Yeah, and they changed the music during that scene where Kairi dies.
Because it was too.
Yes.
It was
It
too.
was
Was it too happy or too sad? I can't remember what it is now.
I don't know, but now I like the new music better than the
It's
old.
the mood. Yeah.
Yeah.
They also changed things like when Xemnas is firing the lasers into Axel. Like in the original, it only felt like he fired a couple of them, and then when the Remind DLC came out, like there's now 20 odd lasers just being fired into him in the same span.
They sped up the speed of like those lasers hitting him. Of Axel. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, just sort of like when
They sped up the lasers, so it wasn't pew 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 pew. It was beep 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 beep.
Another thing I liked in Remind is you got to play as Kairi, Riku, Aqua, or Roxas in the Keyblade Graveyard.
Yeah,
I feel like Kairi was the most fleshed out.
Yeah.
she was. I think it was basically Nomura's way of saying, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, he's still fucking up. Yo Dismal says, "I hate that there was a random 1-year gap with no real changes to the characters." True, that was lame.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that was Melody of Memory. No, you're right. That 1-year gap happens in Remind, and Melody of Memory kind of takes place at the end of that gap.
Well,
she didn't notice the changes I was talking about.
Isn't Kairi supposed to be like asleep the entire year or something like that?
Yeah, but she's not in like a special area or anything.
No,
no. Yeah, Ventus was in like Castle Oblivion, and he like lost his heart. So he had an excuse for not aging, I guess. But Kairi doesn't have an excuse for not aging.
I mean, she's only aging from 15 to 16. Like, not many people do change between that year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Same
now
as Sora.
there's going to be big old changes in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Of course, yeah, with the more realistic look. Actually, one of our questions was talking about Kingdom Hearts 4. What are you hoping for the new game?
Oh man, it's obviously like a new saga, a new arc for the series. They even like changed the font, and like I don't know what to expect really. I'm just kind of hoping because there was something I really liked Kingdom Hearts 2. In retrospect, the story maybe wasn't as well developed as I remember, but I really liked the darker tone of 2. And I really liked how sad the nobodies were in general, and it just had a certain darker tone in some of the cutscenes. I felt like that was missing from a lot of the newer Kingdom Hearts games. So I want a sort of darker, more serious tone. Something. I think they had different writers on 2 that might have changed that. Yeah, it's hard to say. It seems like a big change is coming, and it's really hard to know what to expect. I kind of just hope for, Star Wars, and if they're gonna do Marvel, I would rather see not the movie portrayals exactly, but
I wouldn't mind
their own.
I wouldn't mind the movie portrayal, but as long as they limit it to one movie, maybe.
I think Avengers 1.
Yeah, the first Avengers, maybe Age of Ultron, but doing an Iron Man world or specifically a Thor world and not mentioning any of the other Marvel characters, it would feel a little bit weird.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier to just go with like Avengers 1.
Yeah.
Or like I guess you could do like I think if they're gonna do it based on the movies, they're gonna do like I think they're gonna skip Age of Ultron. They're either gonna do either they're gonna pull up Pirates of the Caribbean. They're gonna do the first movie.
That's man's chest. Yep.
Yeah. Which with the rough time gap, I think it still works. Yodizzle says, yeah, Enrico hasn't seen her for a year, yet doesn't even blink when she wakes up. They are supposed to be friends. I think he was more, wasn't he? I think he was more surprised than that. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I was also pretty hyped to see the Master of Masters, and like their fiction is our reality over like in the real world with Strelitzia.
I hate that. I hate it so much.
My prevailing theory for how they're going to work Kingdom Hearts 4 is, you know how in the first lot of games, each Disney world is just basically their own world, their own singular world. They don't interact with anything else.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like Quadratum, you're going to be coming back to that area a lot. I get the feeling that if you're traveling to a new area, it's not by gummy ship, it's like by a car or train or something like that. Like, I think that instead of having separated off worlds, you just go down the road and, oh, there's Darth Vader.
What if it's through media consumption, like Star Wars, Marvel, these big media projects, they're big movies. Maybe it's digital, or maybe you go through a screen.
Sort of like
because that would be like more meta. That would be like meta on top of meta.
Isn't it sort of like Persona 4 that does that?
No, I do not know.
Persona 4 does like all the TV stuff. It's like, sorry.
I've done the first chapter of Persona 5. That's it.
Oh, only the first chapter. That's actually fair. The second chapter is completely craps over the first.
I mean, I just I do want. I own Persona 5 Royal, and I really do want to play it. But there's like, I want to play Final Fantasy, and I want to play Kingdom Hearts. There's so many games to play, and there's so many new games coming out. I'm like, I don't know. If I ever become a full-time streamer, maybe I can dedicate some time to Persona.
Yeah, I highly recommend Persona 5. It is very good, but there are some messages in the game that they don't land. Like, for example, like, spoilers for Persona 5 for anyone in the chat and the video that care or not. But the first chapter is unfortunately based around a guy who not only physically abuses male students, but sexually abuses female students.
Yes.
One such student being Ann Tamaki, who ends up being one of your party members. And they go through this whole thing. The guy ends up getting put in prison. Good, great. And Ann ends up getting this amazing speech about, like, you know,
he feels bad.
Yeah, like,
I remember.
You shouldn't feel bad that this sort of thing happened, but don't let it control you. Second chapter has a joke. It's all about, like, artists and, like, plagiarism. And there's a moment where you're the next person who joins your team. In order to distract him, Ann Tamaki kind of pretends to be interested in him while he's asking her to strip to be painted. And it's like,
oh no,
that feels wrong. Why did you make this choice? There's lots of moments like that in Persona 5.
Now, is it like I'm gonna, just to be fair to the game, I'll ask: was it supposed to be like type of like espionage? Like, I'm missing some context.
So,
right. So it's like, oh, you're trying to trick this guy because, so like, I know, like
the And basically, the artist guy is interested in painting Anne as a nude model.
Right. Which is weird.
The team, like, as a group, need to get into that building and unlock a specific door. Because when they unlock it, and the guy sees that it's unlocked, then his mental state is going to change, and they'll be able to actually unlock a door in the metaverse, as they sort of call it.
Right. Okay, so she kind of lured him so they could get into the building.
Yeah, she distracted the artist boy so that the guys could unlock the door and show the artist boy's teacher that it was unlocked.
Okay.
That was basically the whole thing, but it does feel a bit tactless that they use the idea of a nude model as a joke, considering that this character has just gone through a whole arc of, abuse and things like that. It just feels wrong.
But if I can totally see where you're coming from.
Yeah, if you can look past that sort of thing, Persona 5 is an amazing game. I think that's the only one where it's like, not very well done. Yeah. But thankfully...
No, I was just thinking, like, because I'd have to play the game, of course, but if it's played for as kind of bait or something for a greater good, and like as long as I feel like she could still maintain that character growth. It's like, oh, I'm doing this to do a thing, but she
doesn't end up going through with it because they lock the door in time, but.
She's got like standards or something.
No, she's reluctant to do it. She's not like very willingly. Like she actually goes into the room wearing 20 shirts and 20 pairs of trousers. Like there's a whole joke about it. Anyway, sorry, we got a little bit distracted talking about Persona 5.
That happens when you talk about JRPGs in general.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Ocean, any thoughts on Persona 5?
I never played the Persona games, but I love their soundtrack music, so...
the soundtrack is very good.
Dude, Joker and Smash was hype.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, the Game Awards? Yo.
I was like, nobody was expecting that. Oh my god.
I mean, you could say that nobody saw it coming. Sorry. 20 people are going to get that joke, it's fine. Speaking of...
I was gonna say, speaking of Smash, Trav, what was your reaction like when you saw Sora got into Smash Bros?
I literally have it recorded, so it'll be on the internet forever, for all time. But I literally, when Keyblade popped up, I literally said, "Oh my fucking god!"
Yeah, I think that was pretty much everyone's reaction.
Oh my fucking god! I can't believe it.
Yeah, Adam, if you don't know, me, Trav, and a bunch of friends, we all got together in a VC and recorded our reaction to Sora and Smash.
Oh, did you?
Unfortunately, you guys were like a little quiet. I made you guys a little too quiet. You can hear them freaking out though. You have to listen for it.
I'll have to have a watch of that, and I'm sure I'll put it in the description of this recording. So
yeah, it's so funny because like everyone was saying like Cinderace, Dark Souls, like.
Yeah, no,
I'm like,
Sora.
I thought it was Dark Souls as well, just because you had that fire stuck in the ground.
Yeah, I was like, Dark Souls. Oh my god!
It did seem a bit. It did seem a bit too wild of a choice because Dark Souls, while it is popular, it's only really popular in the West, and you got to remember the Smash Brothers caters to the East first.
True, they did. They did give us Banjo.
Yeah,
they do some Western reps from time to time.
Yeah,
but goddamn, like that was they made sure that like they made that like the most special trailer.
They really
all
did.
the trailers.
Yeah, so fitting that it's the last character too.
Yeah.
Sora is finally here.
I mean, the fact that like it was like Sora was the most voted character, and they couldn't say they was the most voted.
Yeah,
they had to sort of
ballot.
They sort of had to dance around the idea. So, Bayonetta was the most voted character that was feasible. It's like, okay, so who actually got first? Oh, we can't say for legal reasons. Tell us it was Goku.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
voting for Sora back in the day, dude.
I would have
Yeah.
righted it if it were Goku.
I know that a lot of people like Dragon Ball, and you know what? You can like what you like. Fuck Dragon Ball. I don't care.
I feel like there's almost no limit to who could be in Smash. I feel like the only limit is literally like they just have to be a video game character.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
They have to be known to be a video game character first.
Yeah. First, exactly, because
Yeah.
he was manga, anime, then video game.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of video games, but yeah, he's not a video game.
I mean,
character.
you never know. You could get Goku into multiverses. That's possible.
Sure, yeah, that'd be dope. I think that'd be...
Because I think Warner Brothers are actually
He's in
wanting
Fortnite.
He is in Fortnite. No, I think Warner Brothers have said that they're not limiting themselves to Warner Brothers properties. They are looking outside as well.
Oh no, dude! If you put Goku in multiverses, you can have Goku versus Superman.
You could.
Does Warner Brothers have any sort of distribution rights for Dragon Ball in the West or anything like that?
No, but my
Right.
theory is that because multiverses is very popular right now, I can see Smash Brothers being the video game, like juggernaut, and then multiverses is the TV and anime version.
Underdog, yeah.
Yeah, not necessarily underdog. It's just different.
Yeah, you have one
Yeah.
game that's a fighting game that celebrates video games. You have another fighting game that celebrates like
TV
like
shows,
yeah.
movies, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like media, like other media,
So I'm trying to think. of this, like,
traditional media.
is there a single character in Smash Brothers that's just as well known for its TV appearance? And I'm trying to think. I don't think there is.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
No. I mean, as much as people do want like a Legend of Zelda anime, it's probably not going to happen. Although-
maybe if I think if the Mario movie does well and it's
I
received
was just
well,
about to say
then I
that.
think they'll consider
Do you-
it. But Illumination, God,
Have you
I
guys
don't-
heard that they've announced when they're going to drop the trailer for that movie?
no. Oh my God, when?
The 6th of October.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
I'm not
Ooh.
kidding, no.
Oh my God, that's gonna be a shitstorm.
It's going to be...
the voice cast is hilarious. Everybody is
There's only two that I'm not a fan of, and that's
Chris
there's
Pratt.
Chris Pratt as Mario and
Right.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Those are the only two I'm like...
No, that is perfect casting. You shut your mouth.
I don't care if it's perfect casting. Seth Rogen is in everything. Like
He's
Jack
got-
Black
he-
as Bowser.
He's kind of like he's kind of like Chris Pratt for like funny guys, I guess.
I mean,
You know,
funny
Chris Pratt
in
and
big
everything.
quotation marks. No, but it's like they made a joke about it in Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, the movie that came out, where
yeah,
Seth
Yeah.
Rogen plays like a really poorly animated dwarf guy, gets knocked out, and then he gets looked over by his other voice appearances in 4 different movies, and you're like, just because you acknowledge it does not make it funny. It's God.
yeah. What was it like? The Blob, Mantis, and Pumbaa.
There was also one other. I think there was. I can't quite remember off the top of my head.
I can't remember. I got the 3 like main ones, I think.
Yeah. There was also another question I shared, going back to Kingdom Hearts 2nd. So, you said your favourite game is Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. What would you say is your favourite character?
That's tough. I feel like they gave Sora a lot of development in 3, and like he really shines in 3 and Remind. And
really
I think
does,
he's
yeah.
kind of and I think he's like become my favorite character again. I think before that it might have been like Roxas or maybe even Xion. Xion's
Yeah.
just she's so precious and so much happens to her. You can't help but like her and like grow to like her.
I'll admit, when I played Days, obviously it's set between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, and Xion is never mentioned in Kingdom Hearts 2, so you have to think, how are they going to write her out? And yeah, the way they do it is really sad in retrospect, but when I first saw it, I couldn't help but laugh. It's like, really? You're going to do amnesia as the reason no one knows why she's there?
Well, I think they've established already that like memories can be quite finicky. I think it's a fine, silly, retconny explanation. Yo Dizzle agrees. She loves her some Xion. Yo Dizzle, you are she, right?
I think so. Unless we're going gender neutral.
Sorry, I thought you said Yo Dizzle was.
Yes.
Yo Dizzle is she, her, and she loves her some Xion and agrees with Adam. It felt lazy.
I also like Xion and Sora, but I want to give an honorable mention to Yuzora for how cool he looks.
Yeah.
He does have some pretty cool vibes, yeah.
So now, like,
man.
I've said this in other podcasts, but my favourite is Luke's sword, but not based on Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I know that a lot of people are like, oh, you're only liking Luke's sword now because he's suddenly becoming more important to the story. It's like, fucking... My copy of Kingdom Hearts 2 is signed by the voice actor. And I got that back in 2016.
I liked him in Kingdom Hearts 2. And, you know, that reminds me of that scene in Kingdom Hearts 3 where Luxord and Jack have, like, a scene just to themselves. Yeah. And he does the breath thing and falls over.
That's cool.
I love, like, I feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 does a pretty good job at, like, integrating not just, like, the world into the story, but the characters with other characters. I think fucking Woody calling out Xehanort.
Which in retrospect is a deeper cut now the Dark Road came out.
Yeah, true. Yeetus Vanitas.
Yeetus is so good.
Oh my god, yeah. There were some really good moments in 3.
Yeah.
The Disney KH character interactions were the best parts, says Yo Dizzle.
Dude,
they were really good.
After Sora saw Let It Go, he was just, I don't know what that was, but wow.
Like, you don't even need to see it, but you know that when Marluxia is speaking to Mother Gothel, you know that Marluxia is saying some nasty shit. Like, you don't even need to see it. You could just, know he's saying it.
Marluxia is a fucking sassy bitch.
I will say, though, that the weakest ones were probably Larxene and Dark Riku. They were probably the weakest ones in that game.
Dark Riku.
Dark Riku in Big Hero 6.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to remember the cutscenes, because I mean, it's cool that he got the chip to Baymax and he made like a dark version of Baymax. And
the only real,
but in terms of like, go on.
The only real cutscene that I can sort of remember with Dark Riku is when Dark Baymax comes in and he puts that corrupted chip into him, and that's all that Dark Riku does. Like, he talks about like.
You're right. I don't think he does much.
He's talking about like how to create a heart and how you can manipulate a heart and put it into whatever you want. And that does work into the overall story, but in terms of Dark Riku integrating into the world, I don't know. I feel like that could have been better. Someone else. Yeah.
He should have been like on the back of Dark Baymax. That would have been sick as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think narratively, I think it's ironic because Riku was manipulated and taken control of, just like Dark Baymax.
Yeah, you could see it from that perspective.
Yeah, but that's subtext.
Yeah,
you know, that's not. He didn't You're right. He didn't really do. He just got the chip and made Dark Baymax. He didn't really.
You didn't have a moment where like all the team got a shot. You got to land a shot on Dark Riku before he, pissed off out the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, the best interactions, like Luke Swords is definitely one of the better ones.
You know,
Like,
you know who was I hot take maybe, but I think after playing Final Fantasy VI, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 did Setzer dirty.
Really?
Like, because Setzer is actually like he's really suave and like kind of maybe a little overconfident in the game, but he's way cooler in Final Fantasy VI than I think Kingdom Hearts 2 gets.
Well,
he's a douchebag in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I think they had to sort of downplay the cockiness a little bit. I mean, they downplay all the Final Fantasy characters.
Like Tidus, Yuna, Waka.
Yeah.
True. You know, it's funny. Setzer, I would say he's more like Luxord in some way because he fights with cards.
Does he actually? Oh, he's a gambler class, is he?
He is a gambler class. Like he can fight with cards and dice and like some darts. But you can also give him a sword. Yeah. He's a gambler. Yeah, he's a straight up gambler.
Basically, what I'd like
he
to
has
see,
a casino. He has a casino on his airship.
Basically, you know how like there's the Death Battle series on YouTube. I kind of want to see a three-way battle between Setzer, Luxord, and Gambit.
Ooh,
that would be quite a cool combo.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Setzer, like he's just by the end of the game, he's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
Pretty cool dude.
Whereas in Kingdom Hearts 2, he's just like, "Hey, kid, throw the match for me, so I can look cool."
It was also a pleasant surprise because I didn't know Setzer was from Final Fantasy VI.
I'm not gonna
pretty
lie.
rad to see.
When the crowd kept yelling for Setzer. Yeah, that. And you're like, did he just say Cypher's name wrong?
It reminds me of
right,
Gary Oak from Pokemon.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Gary, he's our man.
Oh my god. It's motherfucking Gary Oak. It really is. Setzer really is just motherfucking Setzer. Oh god.
Yeah.
Anyway, other favourites. What do you think about the music of Kingdom Hearts?
I mean, it almost goes without saying, especially if you played the series, that it's like really, really, really good. Yoko Shimomura can't do wrong. She just can't.
Yeah.
No, even outside of Kingdom Hearts, like she did. If I'm not mistaken, she did all the Mario and Luigi RPG musics.
I believe so. He also, yeah. I was thinking of a song from one of those.
Which game do you think has the best soundtrack, Trav?
Maybe Kingdom Hearts 3, because like there's not a lot. I don't recall like a lot like any like new like super bangers. Just a lot of remixes of old songs that are just so good.
Oh, dude, the Seesaw Trail medley that plays when you're fighting Saix. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that is a really good track.
Yeah.
Or Forza Finale when you're fighting Ansem, Young Xehanort, and Xemnas. Yeah.
I mean, I just love the.
The Remind
music
during the day battles.
struggle versions in Remind.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, Sigbar, Larxene, and Luxord all get versions of 13th Struggle.
They get a remix, yeah.
And they're all different.
Dude, Shion's theme during the data fight is so good.
That was Vector to the Heavens remix,
Vector to the Heavens?
Yeah. So good. Were there any new, like defining tracks?
There was, like, the Final World theme, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, the Final World theme was quite somber and...
that wasn't reused, it was new.
No, that was completely new, yeah.
Brand new, yeah.
I think also wasn't the final Xehanort battle, that music was new as well?
No, that was a mix of it's a mix of a couple different songs from the series.
Oh, does it take leitmotifs from other songs.
Kingdom Hearts 1 final battle, and I think the Kingdom Hearts 2 final battle are kind of mixed in there, and maybe the Birth by Sleep final battle. So like those are like the 3 main games before 3.
Yeah.
No, I think there actually something like it hit different. Remember, like the new cutscene in Remind, where where they're at the Keyblade graveyard, and it's like 70 years later, and then they have their meeting.
Oh yes,
it starts off with some just this these vocals that just hit different. I'm like, oh my god, this is definitely new. But then I think from there it goes on to just be kind of generic. But I'd have to re-listen.
A hot take right now, and I kind of hope that someone agrees with me. Master of Masters theme is rubbish. It's the only track that I can't get behind. It's too random.
I'd have to.
Too much piano keys.
Yeah, it's too weird and random.
Yeah.
No, because there's a couple different versions. There's like the chill version, and then when he's like in his manic state, it changes and it becomes more manic.
I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. It sounds like it's being played backwards.
Which I think thematically makes sense. Now, just because it matches thematically doesn't mean it's a good song. But Yo Dizzle loves the Master of Masters theme. So.
Well, Yo Dizzle can bite me.
I want to give a mention. When I first heard the new Dearly Beloved theme of Kingdom Hearts 3, I got emotional, dude.
That is really good. Yeah. I know a lot of people weren't crazy about it, but it was
It's
good.
like, it's finally here, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Master of Masters theme. I kind of have to hear it.
Oh my god. You know what? During editing, I'll put on the Master of Masters theme as the background music. I'm gonna hate it, but it's gonna be
I kind of dig it. It starts out. It's got a. Oh, it's a. Yeah, this is the manic version. I like the manic version.
It's too weird.
It's ominous and kind of wacky. No. I love it. I actually love it.
I was gonna say another original theme we got was the Yozora boss theme, which is badass.
That is really cool.
Oh, that is a new banger. That is like I think that might be Kingdom Hearts 3's defining banger, unique to itself. You know, you're right. Yozora's theme super good.
Let's finish this.
Thank you.
It is genuinely S tier up there.
It's so good.
Yep.
Although, if we're talking like new versions of things, I do love Dearly Beloved's the Swing version.
Yeah.
Melody Memory. Yeah.
Yes, which we actually use for our outros for the podcast. It's just got a nice happy-go-lucky ending sort of feel to it, and it's like
it does.
Mm-hmm.
Now I kind of feel like playing Melody of Memory.
Melody of Memory is really underrated. Like, it's not a great game for story, but let's face it, the fact that we got any story in a rhythm game.
In the rhythm game,
bro. So they announced a new Final Fantasy theater game.
Oh yes, I saw that. Yes,
but they said they got like Dragon Quest songs and Automata songs, and I'm like, wait, are we not gonna do Kingdom Hearts songs? Really?
Well, they did say and more. So
yeah, but like they know they could have hit us with a banger and be like, it could be like Kingdom Hearts, but they're like,
I will say regarding like Melody and Memory. If there was any game that would have benefited from DLC, it would have been that one.
Yeah, true. Oh, Yo Dizzle says, theater rhythm, I'm so excited. The older game, they had Tway songs too. Oh, I didn't know that.
The old game... I remember I had... the one was on the 3DS. Final Chorus or something like that? I can't remember.
Yeah.
That was talking about. That one was strictly strictly Final Fantasy. Mainly because I I hacked that game and I got all the songs, and it was just all Final Fantasy, which is great. I do like the Final Fantasy music, but I would have liked I would like something a bit obscure. I mean, we kind of got that with Melody and Memory, with having "Call Me" as one of the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Kingdom Mix, I guess. Was it called Kingdom Mix?
Yeah.
So
Trav, you recently watched the Dark Road cutscenes, right?
It was a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Couple big reveals.
Yeah.
That's like the main reason why I watched it, was for the reveals.
Yeah.
Luciu was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Ephemer. Yeah.
Oh, spoilers, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers for like a mobile
finale.
game.
Yeah.
Anybody who cares about spoilers would have just watched the cutscenes by now.
True.
And the people who don't
Yeah.
care don't play the game.
It's
But
fair.
yeah, Trav, how do you feel that Ephemer is the great great grandfather of Xehanort?
I never really liked the idea of lineage.
Mm.
Being a part like it's I can go on a whole tangent about how the series kind of took this turn that I'm not a huge fan of.
With bloodlines and this or that.
Bloodlines
Mhm.
and the importance of because it seemed like there was this larger world,
Mm.
and Kingdom Hearts is the main piece, and it seemed like the Keyblade was just this really cool thing in the mix.
It was
now,
very simple in KH1. Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's like the whole universe is built off the backs of Keyblade wielders. I'm like, I thought Keyblades and Keyblade wielders were a small part of a bigger world, but they are the world.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
wasn't, and there's lineages, and I just wasn't a huge fan
I actually found out
of that turn in the series.
There was this great video that I watched, which was going through all translations and how sort of through the bad translations you do get missing information. Apparently, you know how we always assumed that Sora was the only Keyblade master, and then bam, there's Mickey at the end with a new Keyblade. Oh my god!
Yeah.
That is in itself amazing in the Japanese version as well. But in the Japanese version, the way they word it allows for that flexibility that Sora is a Keyblade master rather than the Keyblade master.
Nice.
So
Okay,
for when other people wielded the Keyblade, it wasn't as much of a surprise.
Yeah.
But then at the end of KH2, we see a Keyblade graveyard in the secret
Yeah.
cutscene.
So in the West, we got the idea
Yeah.
everyone and their mother can wield a Keyblade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can still have all these theoretically there's all these different worlds, so you can hypothetically have all of these different Keyblade builders, but the foundations of the universe are built on their backs, which I just thought was weird.
Hmm. Well, I don't know. I don't know if the world was built on the idea of Keyblade wielders. I think what they're trying to suggest is that there's this world of Keyblade wielders who protect the world order and protect the other worlds from darkness, but it doesn't sound like they're the ones in charge.
It feels like that's me, in Daybreak Town, or the Age of Fairy Tales. All the worlds were one, and there were just Keyblade wielders were just a really common thing even back then.
Yeah,
I personally like the idea of Keyblade wielders showing up long after and not at the Genesis, but that's
yeah. I mean, we've still got Missing Link to come out. We'll probably end up seeing some more information. They did sort of delve into the idea of worlds and how they sort of came to be in Dark Road. When at the start of Dark Road, you go to Agrabah, and the world has only just been created. Like, there's no people. There's just streets, and that's it. And then when the new story came out, they go back to Agrabah, and now Jafar is here, but there's no Aladdin yet. Genie's here.
Yeah.
There's no Jasmine or anything like that. It does sort of feel like they are adding to the story without asking more questions. I feel like Dark Road was very good for that.
Mm-hmm. Incorporating the Disney worlds. Yeah. Just like one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It did. I when I went and watched Dark Road, I felt like more answers were given than questions. Because I'm trying to think back. It's like, are there any questions that I need answering? And like, where was Luju before Braggy? That's basically it. That's basically it.
Yeah. Like that. That people actually die and that death is a real consequence.
Yeah. I think Nomura has said that those students won't be coming back.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Because like, didn't some of the cutscenes make a point that like people die and move on and you can't always save them or something?
Yeah. So I actually saw this great line that Hades said, and when obviously when Sora disappeared at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 and then appeared in Quadratum, I was saying like, oh well, Sora very clearly died, and he's now been reborn in this new place. And people got mad at me. It's like, oh no, he's not dead. Sora's not dead. He just disappeared. In Dark Road, Ericus asked Hades, "Hey, do you think you can help us find some people who have disappeared?" And Hades goes, "Disappeared? What do you mean disappeared?" "Oh, you mortals use wishy-washy language to protect your feelings. I prefer the word dead."
No, I love it. He said, "What do you think this is? A cosmic lost and found?"
Yeah.
But I feel like...
I guess because like Sora like sort of quote unquote died under unnatural circumstances, which I guess like in Kingdom Hearts logic world, universe, like that means you go to an unreality. Well, which kind of implies that people who die in like unreality may potentially under unnatural circumstances.
Well, they've
are reborn in Kingdom Hearts.
I think Dark Road basically says death is real, but reincarnation is also real. Because they very heavily hit home that reincarnation is real in that...
Dream Eaters.
Yeah, the Dream Eaters, but more specifically the player character becoming the blue robed guy.
Yep, the blue robed guy.
Obviously the idea of... I think they were trying to hint at the idea that Xehanort was getting some feelings from the blue robe guy, but also his connection to Ephema, and it's all that.
I think didn't like Xehanort or give Ericus a hard time for being part of like a bloodline, and then this whole time Xehanort was actually also part of like a super bloodline or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I don't think Xehanort knows.
Well, it's kind of ironic. It is ironic. But it's
then again,
also
the blue robe guy,
funny, ironic
blue
because he doesn't know.
The blue robe guy does actually tell him that he's the great-great-grandson of Ephema. Or does he say Ephema specifically?
No, he says like a good friend of mine.
A good friend, and it's heavily implied to be Ephema. But Xehanort never connects the white-haired boy in his dreams to that of Ephema. He never connects.
He just thinks he's just a good friend, in his dream.
So I think to Xehanort, while he does have that lineage, he doesn't care. Or at the very least,
I don't think he knows of his lineage.
Yeah,
or at least not in Dark Road.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows maybe old man Xehanort knows, but
yeah. Well, maybe. Well, I think Nomura has confirmed that Missing Link will be going into Bloodlines. Like they confirmed that Xehanort's mother is related to Skuld in some way.
I'd like to think that, even though Keyblades are bestowed upon people through, secession, that, the Keyblades still have a mind of their own, and they can choose to follow or not follow their wielder. Because, I don't want that aspect of Keyblades to go away, because then it kind of ruins...
Oh my god. I just had a thought. Have you guys watched Thor Love and Thunder?
Not yet.
Yes.
Ocean will know, but Trav, there's a moment where, you know how Mjolnir was destroyed in one of the earlier films?
Yes.
It ends up coming back and being held by Mighty Thor. And when Thor is really jealous that Mjolnir is hanging out with the new person, Stormbreaker, his new weapon, literally has moments where it'll slide into frame looking at Thor like some sort of jealous girlfriend.
That's funny.
And it's... I kind of want Keyblades to be the same thing.
Keyblade?
Yeah.
Just
because I think it'd be cool if the minds of people or former Keyblade wielders could be in Keyblades maybe, or they just have their own hearts.
Dude,
maybe they weren't former people but have their own hearts. Maybe some Keyblades can have hearts and others not, which would explain why the Kingdom Key chose Sora. I just really like this idea that Keyblades can be this sort of autonomous thing.
Well, I mean, they have established that certain
which is established.
They've established that certain Keyblades have special properties. So, for example, Xehanort's Keyblade has that eye, which allows Master and Masters to look into the future. You've got Terra,
the Dark
Aqua,
Heart
and...
one. What's the one the Keyblade of Darkness or whatever?
It's literally called the Keyblade of Princess Hearts. The one in Kingdom Hearts 1, right?
Yeah.
I just want to give a funny example. Jack Sparrow tries to take the Keyblade actually, but it goes back to Sora because he just loves Sora.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, and Xemnas, they lost the ability to wield a Keyblade.
Yeah.
But and the Keyblade decided not to follow, the Kingdom Key decided not to follow Riku. I just really and they use chose the Keyblade chose Sora, and I like this idea that the Keyblade. I just really want that concept to stay in the game somehow, because you can bestow Keyblades onto people, and that Keyblade will follow them just inherently. But at some point, if the Keyblade feels they need to not follow anymore, then it can make that.
And you know what's cool? It also chose Roxas because Roxas is Sora's nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So he might now that's debatable, I guess, because maybe he had the inherent ability, because he probably has the inherent ability to wield the Keyblade, but Sora didn't. He never had the inherent ability. He was chosen. He is special. And I don't want him to I want him to stay special in that regard. He doesn't have a Keyblade lineage. He wasn't chosen to be given a Keyblade, but just because his heart is, he's just such a good boy.
Yeah, he's not from any royal family.
Yeah, I hope it's not the case. That I just like that idea that the Keyblade chose him because he knew he was just.
Yeah, I want Sora to be a commoner, like a low level Saiyan like Goku. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
One of the few special who the Keyblade itself chose him.
Yeah.
A rarity in the Kingdom Hearts world. I want that to stay.
We are coming up to the end of the podcast. We tend to only stick around for an hour. So I'm going to start playing my outro music. Trav, you got some things that you want to plug to people?
Yeah. Check out my YouTube channel. Realm About Fantasy. I played lots of Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Zelda, and I shiny hunt the Pokemons. And I play all kinds of stuff. I also stream those games on my Twitch channel, also called Realm About Fantasy.
Yeah.
What else? What else? I have a podcast called the Realm About podcast.
Yeah.
Funny enough, we're gonna change the name of the channel to Realm About After Dark, but the podcast is still just gonna be Realm About Podcast.
Nice.
My novel will be out in a few weeks. Sorry, it's taking so long. It'll be out soon. I'll try to get the ebook out sooner. What else? Oh, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh shit. I think that's all of my stuffs.
That is all the stuff. Well, all that stuff is going to be
right.
in the description. In the description as well, we've also got a link to our podcast, the RT podcast, the Discord, the RT Discord. If you want to join us there, we're looking to host some events in the future. Trav, it's been a journey. I've enjoyed this.
It's been super fun. Yeah,
this is a lot of fun. We should try and do this more. We should try and do this more often with people.
Oh yeah, I am down to do this more. Yo Dizzle says this was fun.
I'm glad that Yo Dizzle had fun. Anyway,
Awesome.
And thanks again to Lone Wolf Marcus for the 1,000 biddies.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, that was
1,000 bit
fucking
donation
sweet.
during the stream and the podcast.
Let's fucking go.
Anyway, in terms of the podcast, we're going to be ending here. I'll see you around.
Peace,
Bye-bye.
y'all.